For those of you that have watched this channel over the last little while, at least a little while, you know that we do some actual traveling, and when we go traveling, I like to bring like a new camera or cameras that I think will do the best job. Now, this summer, myself and my wife and some friends of ours will be going on a couple trips this summer. So number one, actually, when you guys see this, I could very well be there already. I'm going on a motorcycle trip to Laconia, New Hampshire, which I was like, oh, I want to bring a camera with me because there's always going to be some cool bikes and people, and it's just lots of cool things to see. And then later on in July, my wife and I are joining 6 other people, 3 other couples, and we're doing an Alaska cruise. Now, the motorcycle one wasn't too big of a concern because, you know, with the motorcycle, I do have a little bit of room. But one of the things that I find when you are going on a motorcycle trip is, depending on how long you're going, you may want to pack more motorcycle gear versus more camera gear. And on our Alaska cruise, as much as I was considering bringing like 4 different lenses, 2 or 3 different cameras, not including action cameras and my iPhone, the issue was luggage. We are trying desperately to do everything with a carry-on, not a check-in, a carry-on bag and a backpack. Because, here's the big because, we fly from Halifax to Vancouver and then Vancouver to Anchorage. And that layover in Vancouver is 1 hour and 17 minutes, which means even if everything is on time, when we land, we have 1 hour and 17 minutes, which means if we had a check-in bag, we'd have to wait for our luggage, which who knows how long that could be. Then we'd have to go through customs because we're now coming into the US. In 1 hour and 17 minutes. And that's not really 1 hour and 17 minutes because 1 hour and 17 minutes is when the plane is taking off. So really we have like 45-ish minutes. So I reached out to Tamron and I was like, hey, we're doing these little trips. Would it be cool if we kind of partnered so that I could maybe do a 1 lens, one-stop shop, the ultimate travel lens. So they were on board. So we're going to take a look today. Today's video is really simple. We're going to take a look. This is it here, the Tamron 18-400. Now, this is for Canon mounts, but they do make it for other cameras. It is, I believe, a APS-C mount, which means that it is designed to go on a crop sensor camera. So if you're in a Canon world, well, anything mirrorless, if you're on a mirrorless, they will, like an R7 or something like that, will be able to work with it. If you use an R6 or an i5, they have a crop mode, which kind of just so you don't get all the vignetting. All the other brands probably have similar stuff. But if you're on an older camera, like an older DSLR, then again on the camera, you're looking at the APS-C, so like the 7D, the Rebel line, things like that, versus the 5D and the 1D series. We're going to mount this on our R7 with some adapters and see which ones we like. Now, we're not doing the adapter test today. Today's just the unboxing so you can see it. We're going to do some follow-up videos, hopefully before I leave. And then when you guys see the Laconia video, and later on this summer, when you see the Alaska video, this is the lens. This is what I'll be using. All right, let's crack this open. So if you are looking at a lens, I haven't used many Tamron lenses, but they always get really good reviews. I'll say this, I buy some new lenses, of course, but when it gets into the more expensive lenses, a lot of times I will look for secondhand. But some of the Tamron lenses I've always been really curious about. So the lens that we got, this one right here. Now it looks like they make it for the Canon EF and the Nikon F. It's the 18-400mm. I am excited for them maybe to one day start making dedicated RF lenses, and I would love to see the 18-400 in an EF style or something like that, full frame, that you could mount on full frame or crop and get the full 18-400. But this is it. It's the world's first 22.2 times. So that's the big reason that I wanted this, right? Because you got an 18, but on a crop, on a Canon crop, it's about a 28. And then you go from 400 to, I don't know, what's 400 times 1.6? It's like 640 or something like that. So that's really good, especially for Alaska, because there could be wildlife, but then you might want to get some wide shots, and that 28 really nice. And then that 600 really nice. Now I have a 150-500, but it is massive and it is heavy. And as much as I like using it, I hate carrying it, especially not for like a full day. So this is it. You guys can head over to Tamron if you're at all interested. Price wise, you're looking in and around, I think, like the $700 Canadian mark for this lens. I'll put links below if you guys are at all interested in this lens. But this is it. This is the box it came in, right? Tamron. Hold on, I'm gonna move my computer. All right, Tamron 18-400 F3.5-6.3. Now, one of the things just to realize, this isn't a super fast lens, but it is a consumer lens. And like I said, it's really a good, I would think, going to be a really good travel lens if it has that image clarity that I'm hoping for, because of the fact that I don't have to carry around 3 lenses. I could bring with me a 16-35. I could then bring a 24-105, and then I could bring 70-200 or 70-300 or a 150-500. But all of a sudden, you've got so much gear that you're lugging around, and who wants to do that when they're traveling? So this is it. This is it right here. Yes. And again, it does look like they make it for Nikon mounts as well. But let's open it. Okay. Where's the top? Now, most of these are actually, I don't even know. I'm kind of hoping it comes with a little carry case, but I don't know. So you do get, I'll just bring it up to the side. This is going to be a bag of all the instructions and all that kind of pretty standard stuff that comes with any kind of lens, 18-400. That's super nice. And, oh, maybe it does. I don't know if it does come with a bag. It may not. You are going to get a lens, which is really kind of what's important, right? We want a lens. So I wish I could show you my 50-500. It stands about yay big off the table, and then when you extend it, it's like, I don't know. But it is god awful heavy. If you're mounting it on a tripod, it's doable, but if you're carrying it around all day, it sucks. I'll just say it, it sucks. So here you go. Comes with a little bubble wrap. There's a nice little silver ring down here. That's kind of handy. Does come with a lens hood. You guys can see the lens hood right there. Yes. Lens cap, which is excellent. We'll pop that off. And there we are. So that's the new lens. Now, here's the one thing, and I read this with a lot of people. They're like, it takes a little bit of time to get used to. Everything's kind of backwards, right? You'll see 18 is over here and 400 is over there. Whereas on most lenses, it's like the smaller numbers on this side and the bigger numbers on that side. Not that it's a huge deal if you're looking through the viewfinder, but you do have to get used to that. And you're right, it's excitable, not excitable. But that's still got a good reach. And what's nice about it is that, you know, even though it does go out a fair bit like this, it's still not that heavy. It's not that heavy of a lens. So on here, of course, you do have your VC. So that's your vibration control. This is what they call their image stabilization. So you have it VC on or VC off. You have your autofocus or your manual focus. So here is your lock. Basically, that's used for when the lens is, you know, pointing down. You can use this to lock it in position so that it doesn't droop with gravity. It helps the lens just not wear, right? That little, whatever it is that keeps the tension on the lens. But there's your focus at the top. I think it is, because it's in autofocus. If I turn that, yeah, so there you go. Now it's It's actually, a lot of lenses don't do that, right? When they're in autofocus, they kind of lock up. This one you can see like you can move it really smooth in manual. As soon as you click it into autofocus, she almost like she locks, which is very interesting. All right, so that's the lens. That's the lens. So what I'm gonna do, just so I can see it, we're not taking any pictures, but I do have my R7 right here. And I'm gonna take this lens off. Yes, I'm just gonna, which is a Canon lens. We're just gonna bring that over here. And this should just slide on all hunky-dory. So where's the, I think we just mount it there. Voila, that's it. We're golden. You know, that's kind of it mounted, yes? That's not a horrible length when you're just kind of wandering about. It's not that it's like super light, especially if you're used to filming with your phone or a GoPro or something like that. But this, right, you can see it here, yes? That's got good reach. I'd say that's gonna have good reach. Oh yes. All right, guys. Like I said, we're gonna do another video tomorrow because we also got, they call it, I think it's a tap up, and it's a little USB device that you use to do firmware updates on the lens. So always check to see if there's firmware updates. And if you have older lenses, it's something that you should do just on occasion. All the brands of lenses I have, I take an afternoon and I line them all up, and I have the little firmware upgrade stuff, and I make sure there's no upgrades for them. If there are, I do them. So that video is going to come out tomorrow because we're gonna show you how to upgrade the Tamron lenses. Maybe there's a firmware update. All right, guys, links down below to where you can pick this one up, and make sure you hit the little notification bell because our little travel videos will be coming up right away for Laconia, and then next month for the Alaska cruise. Very cool. Like, comment, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you fine folks tomorrow. Later.